everyone. In last video we have studied the different type of infectious diseases. Viral diseases, bacterial diseases, protozoan diseases, fungal diseases and the helminthic diseases. Okay, so you have a short idea about the what type of diseases depending on the type of the pathogen. Now we will study about the protozoan diseases in detail, because in the protozoan diseases two diseases are there, malaria and the amoebiasis. Okay, so malaria is very infectious disease and has been for of thousands of years a very serious disease of the tropical and the temperate region. This malaria was almost eliminated a few years back with the efforts of the WHO, that is the World Health Organization, and our National Malaria Eradication Program, that is the NMEP. But unfortunately, malaria has appeared again. The symptoms of the malaria, that the attack of malaria is by the yawning, tiredness, headache and the muscular pain. In the symptoms of malaria, during during the fever, the patient feels chilly and shivers and has acute headache, nausea and a high temperature after a few hours. The body freely and temperature becomes normal after the few hours. That means in the malarial symptoms, if fever is there, then and then only the feels like the acute headache or nausea and the high temperature. If the temperature is normal of the body, then it becomes and patient feels like a very normal. The cycle is repeated if no medicine is taken. And for the detection of malaria, the blood smear made during the fever shows the malarial parasites. That means the test will be only positive of the blood smear if that patient is suffering from the fever, because there is a cycle of the malarial parasite. That means the no parasites are seen at other times. In chronic cases, there is the general weakness and anemia due to the large scale destruction of the red blood corpuscles. And this is also accompanied by the enlargement of the spleen and the liver. These are the symptoms of the malaria. What is the cause of the malaria? Then the cause malaria is caused by the toxin produced in the human body by the malarial parasites, that is the plasmodium. This is the cause of the malaria. And if we talk about the transmission, that how that malaria transferred, then the malarial parasites are carried from the infected to the healthy person by the female Anopheles mosquito. The mosquito picks up the parasites with the blood, and when it bites an infected person, when this infected mosquito bites to a healthy person, then the parasites migrate into his blood with the saliva, which the mosquito injects before the sucking up blood to prevent its clotting. This type of the transmission of the malaria takes place. Now, what is the life cycle of the plasmodium? Basically, for the completion of the cycle of the plasmodium, that pathogen or for the Plasmodium requires the two type of the host. First is the human, second is the Anopheles mosquito, because the in the Anopheles mosquito the Plasmodium is present. So the Plasmodium enters the human body as a small sporozoites through the bite of the infected female Anopheles mosquito and multiplies within the liver cells. Later, at the RBCs resulting the rupture with release of the toxic substance. That toxic substance name is the hemoxine, which is responsible for high fever and chill every 3 to 4 days. I already told you that malarial parasites require human and the Anopheles mosquito to complete their life cycle. And the Anopheles is vector of this disease to human beings. Now we will see how that the life cycle of Plasmodium and the flow chart for the life cycle of the Plasmodium. First, Plasmodium enters the human body. Okay, you can see here that enters in the human body as sporozoites. The sporozoites is the infectious form through the bite of the infected female Anopheles mosquito, which is the vector. Now what is the vector here? The vector is the transmitting agent of the disease. The parasites initially multiply. You can see here that parasites is multiply within the liver cells and then attach to the red blood cells. That result in a rupture. The rupture of the RBCs associated with the release of a toxin called the hemoxine, which is responsible for the chill and high fever recurring every 3 to 4 days. And when the female Anopheles mosquito bited to an infected person, these parasites enter the mosquito's body and multiply to form sporozoites that are stored in salivary glands of the mosquito. Okay, you can see here, इसे पहले ही Anopheles mosquito ने बाइट कर लिया है, उसके बाद इस पर्सन के अंदर ये साइकिल पूरी स्टार्ट होके यहाँ पे मल्टीप्लिकेशन हो गया है स्पोरोजॉइड्स का और द प्लाज्मोडियम का. दैट मीन्स दैट पर्सन इज नाउ इन्फेक्टेड वन. और अगर उसके बाद भी यहाँ पे एनाफिलस मॉस्किटो इसको बाइट करेगा, then now the parasites enter in the mosquito's body and multiply to form that are sporozoites that are stored in the salivary glands of the mosquito. After that, when these mosquitoes bite a healthy human, the sporozoites are introduced into his or her body, that initiating the events of the malaria. And the malaria parasites requires the two hosts. First one is the mosquito and second one is the human to complete its life cycle. The diseases can be controlled by eradicating mosquitoes and avoiding the mosquito's bite by using the different methods like the mosquito's net. This is the life cycle of the Plasmodium. After the malaria, there is the amoebiasis, is the second type of disease of the protozoan. This disease is caused by the Entamoeba histolytica. this is the protozoan parasites in the large intestine, and the symptoms of such type of diseases that include the constipation, abdominal pain and cramps. Also in the symptoms that include the stool with excess mucus and the blood clots. So this is about the life cycle of the plasmodium, how it get transmit and how they cycle their life cycle by using the two hosts and the mosquitoes and the human. And also this is the second disease of the protozoa. Okay, so in the next type of video we will study about the different diseases. Thank you.